Hey, everyone in. Let's go. Huddle up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Huddle up.
You all know what you have to do. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. This is your game now, gentlemen.
Chris Davis takes it to the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins.
This could be a sentence that a month ago would sound incomprehensible. From 31 yards, McPherson and Cincinnati is heading to the Super Bowl.
He called it again, I'm sure. He walked up and he goes, "Can you believe, Coach? We're going to the Super Bowl."
And now, welcome everyone to the Huddle Up Podcast.
You are looking live.
Hello, everyone. Huddle Up Podcast. It is another week that football reminds us again that we truly know nothing when it comes to the glorious game of football. I want to welcome everyone in. It is Tuesday, October the 4th, 2022. We are glad to be with you at Huddle Up Podcast on Twitter and Facebook.com/Huddle Up Podcast. You can get us on all podcast platforms, YouTube as well. Our merchandise is over at tpublic.com.
Merchandising.
And you can make sure you grab that. The link there and everything Huddle Up related is over on our TeePublic or on our link tree on all of our social media. So make sure you grab that. The student of the game, Kyle Nash, will be joining us momentarily, but we do have EJ and Matt. EJ, we'll start with you. How you doing this week, bud?
I'm doing well. The Giants 3-1. I'm shocked. Still shocked.
How are the Mets doing?
Yeah, next topic.
Matt, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. EJ, you should be happy. They're in the dance. It's all you need, right?
Again, I'm not surprised what happened. I am not surprised what happened this weekend. I'm not surprised. I warned Mets fans back in August. Go get ahead of yourselves. Relax.
Hey, the Marlins did the Phillies a huge favor. Maybe they'll keep it up and they'll do the Mets one too. They already took one from the Braves, right? So
yeah, I saw that.
Stranger things have happened, but I'm doing great. Phillies are back in the playoffs. Eagles still undefeated. We got Sixers coming up. The Union are looking like they might actually take it all this year, and then the Flyers exist.
I was going to say, what was the text I got from my brother last night that like it was before the Phillies actually clinched the spot? That he's like, well, the Sixers are good, the Eagles are undefeated, the Phillies should be getting into the playoffs. Those things should make up enough for as bad as the Flyers are going to be. I was like, well,
yeah, you always need at least one bad team.
All about
you know what I'm saying?
perspective,
So it is what it is.
Saw the meme that someone shared from like the Family Guy where everyone has their hands in and the peg leg pirate has his, and that's the Flyers in this scenario. And they're like, no, not you.
Well, or you could do the one where like it's Meg and all the like everybody's singing like tuxedos, like, you know, why do you look at me like you're so much better than me? Because we are. And it could be the Flyers or the what's going on, Mike? Welcome in, buddy. He said Ernest, he told you to shut up, and he says he misses Kyle.
I saw that.
So
fuck you, Mike.
So we're off to our normal start, is what we're saying.
Pretty much.
Yeah, if you're following along with us live, give it a like and a share. We'd appreciate that. Get as many people.
All right, Matt, you should share that video last night on social media you did last. You said it's in the fucking group chat.
In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have shared it on social media. So,
you did share it?
It is.
You did share it.
I did. I tagged Jim in it initially because I had promised to do it.
Well, yeah, because he said that he was going to do it, and I said video or it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
And so he had to. He's a man of honor. He's a man of honor.
I have to agree.
All right. Well, like I said, Kyle will be joining us when he can, but let's start us off as we do each and every week with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Of course, looking back at the weekend that was, we'll start with the good. Matt, we'll start with you. What was the good from this past weekend?
I'm going to give my nod for the good to the Buffalo Bills. I think that coming off of the first loss of the season and being down the way they were would have been enough for them to kind of phone it in for the rest of that game and just kind of say, let's go on to next week. So I think to come back against Baltimore, conditions in Baltimore were not great. Conditions on the East Coast in general were not great. So I think to show the resilience there, it kind of reminded so many people why they were so high on Buffalo going into the season, just the ability to kind of turn things around the way they did.
Yeah, for sure. EJ, how about you? What was the good?
Honestly, the good right now is really the parity in the NFL right now. Like, the parity is fantastic. Like, you don't really have any truly great teams, at least not yet anyway, truly great teams, but there are a whole lot of good teams. And even the bad teams we consider not bad are competitive. Like, even the Texans will winless. They have a tie at least. And all their games, even the game against the Chargers this past weekend, they were down big, came back and made it a game late in the game. Even all the bad teams, maybe the Commodores, have a little bit of a starting to fall apart. My bad playoff pick, but every team right now feels competitive. Look at the Falcons, dude. 2-2. They could be easy 3-1-4 now right now.
They could.
The party's great right now,
and
man.
we will talk about the Falcons, or as Kyle calls them, the fraud cons. They are fraud cons in our NFL predictions. And do they have a chance to move into first place in that division? Which seems silly to say, but you never really know, especially with this year. Speaking of bad playoff predictions, one of my team members at work lives just a little bit outside of Detroit, and they had heard that I predicted the Lions to be a playoff team this year, and we're like, "Boy, you got that wrong, didn't you?" I was like, "Sure did."
I mean, number one offense in the league, they still could turn it around. We'll see. I mean, I thought you were going to call it EJ for the Commanders.
No, Commanders make it stupid as hell. I even said on a recent podcast that what was I thinking?
To be fair, though, I put the frisky Carolina Panthers in for mine, so we all make mistakes.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. So we do have some breaking news, though.
Oh, really?
Aaron Judge just hit his 62nd home run.
All right.
At the
Are we going to cut away from the podcast to show?
We are not. We are not going to cut away. We are not going to cut away. Don't have a live feed to the Yankees, especially because he already did it. I should have been on top of my game and gotten the rights. But thank you, Charlie, for the heads up on that one. For letting us know. So the new single season American League home run record now, Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. So Mike says his good from the weekend was the 49ers defense. The Niners and the Cowboys only defenses to not give up 20 points yet this year. My good from the weekend is just the unpredictability in college football. So similar to yours, EJ, with the NFL. But Georgia struggled, didn't have a lead in that game until the fourth quarter. 10 teams in the top 25 lost this past weekend, 6 of them in upset fashion. So, we like to talk about, those weeks in college football, and we're seeming like we're almost getting one of those weeks every weekend. So,
yeah,
it's in a way, Matt, and you might agree, not that we ever want Notre Dame to not be undefeated, but to not have to worry about being one of those teams week in and week out that's going to face the inevitable upset kind of actually almost feels a bit relieving, because we're going to probably be underdogs most of the way out here. What's going on, Devin joining in with us here as well in the live comments. All right, the bad. EJ, start us off. What was the bad from this past weekend?
The Cleveland Browns. And I'm gonna tell you why. They could be easily 3-1-4-0 right now. Remember to come into the year, the Deshaun Watson stuff. We look at the schedule. Okay, he's out 6 games. He's out 11 games. Can they hold the fort down until he's back? We said, I don't know, because the schedule looked kind of somewhat doable. And then you see things break in the conference. Chargers are banged up. The AFC North, everybody right now is in a cannibalizing themselves right now. So an opportunity loss of the Browns to get a couple legs up on the division first off to start there, because you have the Bengals 2-2, the Ravens 2-2. Browns be easy 4-0 right now. Remember that Jets loss? The Jets lost the way they lost that game, and then this week it's Atlanta. So Cleveland missed a golden opportunity to really get ahead of themselves, and at the very least, if they get to week 11, week 12, when Deshaun is back, be in the mix to maybe get a playoff spot. And they blew that.
So they have 2 wins. The only one that they did in even any sort of convincing fashion, though, was last week against Pittsburgh, 29-17. Week one, they beat Carolina, who we see is just.
But they let the game the entire way.
Right, but they still only won by 2 points. So like that you talk about very easily could be 3-1, 4-0. They could also very easily be 1-3. So like I don't know that I'm necessarily going to buy in on. I mean, yeah, it's bad you lost to the fraud cons, but like to me, I'm not necessarily buying in on the Browns could be this when they very easily could.
I think my larger point is the opportunity there that you had a pretty semi-soft schedule early. Everything breaks you early.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
and you can't take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, the middle of the schedule is still gonna make or break them either way. The biggest games are still, for the most part, before Watson gets back. So whether or not even if they started 3-1 or 4-0, I think reality was going to,
of course,
catch up to the Browns. Student of the game, Kyle Nash, joining us, fashionably late as it is, but that's okay.
Hey,
it's fine. I have told you guys week in and week out, when it comes to the people that end up on this show, somewhat of an open door policy. You get here when you get here. There's weeks you can't. We press on nonetheless. So, but Kyle, welcome in. How you doing, man?
Hey, honor, joy, and privilege. Just got done pre-recording with the Muslim football scout himself, Bashir Umar Pemberton.
Oh, you did it. Nice.
Eagles and stuff like that. Yes, I did. It was a good time all the way around. Hey, and listen, he was dropping so much football knowledge for Student Game Podcast that I ran a little late. Sorry about that. But listen, I was talking Eagles football, and my guy Matt wasn't available because he's stuck in baseball season wearing a Philly shirt to a damn show called Huddle Up.
They're a playoff team. They're a playoff team for the first time in 11 years.
Who cares? It's baseball. But listen, you got your baseball talk from me, okay? I predicted that winning the Pujols would get us 700. I'm done.
Did you see the breaking news today?
No.
Aaron Judge hit the 6-second home run.
You need to err on me judging against baseball.
Oh Lord,
this guy gets it.
That one's for you, Kyle. Since we are not too far past the good, in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Kyle, do you have a good?
Bitches. Woo!
You owe me a cup though. By the way, I won the bet.
No. Don't ruin the bet before we get there, dumbass. I mean, listen, I know you're the right age to be premature, but your wife's the one that's disappointed with that. Anyways,
Wow.
You're not about to get a cup. You're about to get mugged. Boom.
Hell yeah, baby.
Merchandising. Where the real money for the movie is made. No. But please, Jim, proceed now that I've car accidented your shoulder.
Do you have a good from this past weekend?
That
wasn't dunking on EJ.
Well, no, that's called life, son.
Yeah, this is like over 10 years of this shit now with him.
The good, actually seeing what it looks like when the Chiefs play against the Bucs front with a good, healthy offensive line, and Patrick LeVon Mahomes II showing that he should be carrying the torch for the NFL at this point in time.
All right, very good. Let's go with the bad. EJ had the Browns blowing an opportunity to be 3-1. Matt, do you have a bad from this past weekend?
Yeah, I was kind of glad that was it Charlie that let us know about the Judge record.
Yes.
Whatever the record may be, because it's not really the record, but congrats on like
record.
The AL record, I guess, which is the bad from the weekend. Why do we need to cut away from programming to watch Mike Judge be pitched to? I don't need to see it. If I wanted to watch it, I would have it on the screen. I didn't have it on the screen because I don't care, because it's not the real record. Shut up, nerds, with the steroid stuff. Steroids made baseball exciting in the 90s.
Hell yeah.
Baseball probably doesn't exist without steroids right now the way we know it. So it's not a real record you're breaking, so we don't need to cut away from college football, where I actually have money on the line and am caring more about what's going on in those games.
There's the
Of course,
key.
the wallet.
Actually
the wallet.
seeing the pitchers pitch around Judge for the 5th straight time.
Look,
So
my Orioles may have not made the playoffs, but watching them petty walk Aaron Judge for 3 games, that might have made my season. Well, the question I had is, I'm like, we have like
Oh, great.
split screen technology, right? Like, we see it on Red Zone channel, we see it on AEW and WWE, we see it on with replays, we see it on cutaway. Like, if you really feel like we have to do this, we have to bring in the Aaron Judge, because, like, I get it. I get it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I get it. But, like, do you have to, like, completely cut away? Can you not?
But you know why, right? You know why?
Can
It's the
I ask
Yankees.
a question before you do this? Because I think you're going to, I want to participate, at least, as dumb as baseball is. Can I ask you, douches of the diamond, a quick question? If it were any other team but those damn Yankees, would they do this? Even
No.
the Dodgers, well, maybe the Red Sox.
Red Sox, maybe.
Dodgers, yes.
maybe.
Mets, possibly.
Not the
Mets,
Mets.
no.
Get the fuck
No,
out.
any big market team, but they do it.
No, they're not doing it for the Mets.
No.
They're not doing it for the Mets. They're not doing it for the Phillies. They're not doing it for anyone but
Dodgers
maybe the
are
Dodgers.
probably the only National League team, I would say.
I would be surprised if they
So
did
let
it
me
for
say
the
this
Red
quick.
Sox.
I kind of share Matt's thing to some degree. I'm like, I go half with this one. Like, it didn't really bother me to do that, honestly.
Phillies too. God, Jesus.
It didn't really bother me. Like I saw like your boss, that fucking three point conversion being write a big post about that shit on fucking Saturday, saying, what the fuck?
And then says Bing. That's money.
Fucking
So
yeah.
good.
He bitching about the whole thing, and we had a little thing in there on the thread. But what Matt said about the real record, Barry Bonds record, of course, my favorite player of all time, that's the real record, okay? And stop with the fucking steroids bullshit, okay? Stop with that. I'm with you on Matt on that one, absolutely.
No, and that makes sense, but I think there's something. It's not just the steroids factor there too. Maris gets a little credit because of the number of games that he had versus what's on the schedule now. He didn't have the 162, so I get. I'll put it this way. For the casual MLB fan, if a player reaches 61, in my mind, it's the kind of thing where you start going, hey, he's having an interesting year. It's kind of like 1,000 yards for an NFL running back. Even though we're up to 17 games, you start to notice a running back as an established presence when he gets to 1,000 yards, or the same
Right.
for a receiver with receiving yards, 4,000 yards, I guess 5,000 now for quarterbacks. I think it's a good thing. That's a good note to start paying attention to it. And say what you will about the steroid crap, the baseball media, so long as they're allowed to do what they're doing and manipulate the Hall of Fame the way they are, that's not going away, fellas.
By the way, my asshole Yankee fan brother sent me a text. Oh God, this is why I hate the team so much. He's the reason why I hate the Yankees so much. He's the reason why. And I'm born in New York, for the record.
So wait, so if it wasn't for him, you would also be a Yankees fan? Is that what I'm hearing?
Probably not.
I think that's what I heard.
Mets all day.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay, I
No,
thought
Mets
I
all
thought I
day.
heard that. But
But
also-
still, even though he makes me hate them though so much.
The Crosstown series, he's wearing all these different shades of blue. It's just strange.
It's
He has
unfortunate for
the
you that
Mets.
you picked
He's-
the wrong baseball team too, EJ. Like,
Well, I picked at the right time as a kid when they were actually good.
He has
and I
the
stuck with
Mets
them.
color T-shirt, but the dark ass blue jeans, so they're about navy colored.
I mean, I became a fan of 88, 87, 88 when I was 8 years old, and they were still really good.
I mean,
I
listen,
just stuck with them. Okay, I tell you.
you picked it because it was on the strength of a Boston team failing, and then you felt bad for them, so you became a Patriots fan. And
God damn.
hey,
We're still doing this, the Patriots now.
I saw a comment by Mikey Byrne that says he misses me. I'm here. I'm delivering. It is what it is.
See, Kyle's here to shuttering his shit down. Kyle, what was your bad from this past weekend?
I don't want it to seem like that I have a problem with the 49ers delivering the way they did on Monday, even though now, thanks to that, EJ's going to get mugged.
Thanks, buddy.
But hey, no, listen. By the way, you want to know what the bad is? Hey, how did you know that was going to happen, EJ? That the Niners are going to win?
I told you. That's all I know.
EJ's analysis. That's the goddamn bad.
Because I said it.
It's a gut feeling.
Jesus, I can't even do that anymore because I've lost 40 pounds. No, but
that's true. Cookies, baby, cookies.
You selfless.
I hate you. Hate me, don't you?
That's
we
so
bet
mean.
We bet cookies though, didn't we last week? We bet cookies.
No, you said cookies.
No, you just started Tourette screaming cookies into a microphone, and then the two of you discussed the bet terms off air.
Right, and I let the world inform you that you belong, your likeness, which you could see prominently on the Earnestly Speaking YouTube channel up in the corner during the Football is Awesome / Doing the Game Report podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I had mentioned that likeness belongs on the front of a Summer's Eve box, right? And then because only a douche would bet only a douche would bet cookies for a diabetic. For Christ's sake.
I didn't know we were confirmed that.
What an asshole.
I am an asshole. Matt, you're right, dude. I am an asshole. You're right, dude. I'm a fucking asshole. I'll own that shit, dude.
What a terrible person.
Guilty as charged.
I'm going to take you out in an alley and hand you this mug. You're going to get mugged. That's right.
Yes.
No, no, that's a lie because you'll never actually meet me in person. Anyways,
that's true. Orlando, right? 2.5 hours, right? Yeah.
No, but for me, the bad, I think we truly saw, and I don't want this just to be me underappreciating the Niners defense by any stretch of the imagination, but I think we truly saw how bad the Rams O-line is compared to last year. That was on display. Not that there isn't an abundance of bad O-lines out there.
There are.
I think that's going to be the biggest issue for the Rams trying to return to the Super Bowl. Yeah, and we'll leave it at that.
For me, my bad was blown leads in the NFL, whether they're good teams, whether they're bad teams. Ravens, Jags, Steelers, Panthers all had big leads this past Sunday, and were unable to complete games. We talked a little bit about the parity in the NFL, and maybe that plays into it a bit, that no lead is safe and any given Sunday and all the cliche terms that sports talk hosts use week in and week out. But man, you got to think if you're going to get a 10, 14 plus point lead, you got to be able to finish those games off. Like it is not good to not be able to finish those games. Let's see here. Mike's bad. He said, Baltimore, take the points, you morons.
Oh gosh, see, you're premature, but go ahead.
Well, yeah.
I agree
Devin
I actually agree with him on that.
Devin says Tua getting 2 concussions within
Devin's
a week.
premature for mine.
Yeah, mine as well. I actually have 2 uglies because I figured that at least one other person was going to have my ugly. But Kyle, let's start with you on the uglies. What was your ugly from this past week?
First of all, when you say 2 uglies, that's what I call it when you and EJ, the 2 Cowboy fans, are on the show by yourself. Boom! And of course, I'm only saying that because I believe it's Matt's team that was present for what I'm calling ugly. Jesus H. Christ, 5 turnovers against the freaking Eagles. Really? I'm going with this for my ugly because I know you guys will have the other ones and you set me up nicely to dodge them. Thank you for that as a production note. But listen, guys, easily the worst game the Jags have had this year, and they still only escaped with a score. That might be considered a good, but yeah, that performance by the Jags for the first big game for, I could argue, either team, considering how injured the Chargers were, definitely an ugly performance. This isn't me flogging the Jags as they deserve to be after being mired in that coaching situation last year. But I got the Jags falling apart late to the Eagles. But as an Eagles fan, I'm leaving that game going, really? Only 1 score? But I digress.
I mean, it's not like there was a monsoon or anything.
Yeah, it's not like it was an ugly weather day.
It's a beautiful sunny Sunday in early October.
It's not like the Jags abandoned the run too early, like I talked about with Bashir Umar Pemberton on the Student of the Game podcast.
You dumbass.
Wrong one.
No, that works.
Maybe it works. I don't know.
Sitting next to
Those two buttons are that close to each other.
right? Hey, listen, sitting next to BP, I can look like a dumbass. He's a good scout. What can I say?
And then if EJ's plugging his stuff, this one is also close to it. Maybe it's just coincidental. Matt, what was your ugly from this past weekend?
Yeah, Devin alluded to it. Not necessarily the fact that Tua got the 2 concussions, just the whole handling of that situation by the Dolphins organization. I thought was a massive whiff. It was pretty clear during the initial game that he should not have been continue to play against the Bills. I know that they came back, got the win. It was a big moment, and everyone was celebrating it. But very clear that your franchise quarterback suffered a head injury during that. You can call it a back injury all you want, but you're not really fooling anyone. So to then have him go into that's normally what happens when I hurt my back. I stumble around like I've been
and shake my head because nothing makes a back injury feel better like shaking my head around.
Yeah. So the fact that he was then allowed to play just a few days later, it was just the writing was on the wall. And I think it looks like the Dolphins are probably going to be in a little bit of trouble, which they probably should, all things considered. You need to start taking better care of your players.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have a different ugly from the weekend, but tagging on to this one, Matt, just the concussion protocol as a whole. We're hearing about Cameron Brate from this past Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a major problem that shouldn't have had to have been exposed to this level within the first few weeks of the season. But do I hope that this couple weeks finally changes things? Yes, but will it? Time will tell.
Let's not act like this is the first step. And listen, I don't mean to come off as Mr. NFL apologist here, but everybody's talking about the protocol. The protocol isn't the problem. It's the douches. You got a doctor who's an independent study here.
Oh, sure.
Making an absolutely horrible call. I'm not blaming Coach McDaniel. The doctor said to you, yeah, he's good. An independent source who's allegedly there by way of the NFL Players Association is still blowing this.
Allegedly.
Yeah, right. Whatever answer that this doctor had for the Player Association was so impressive, they fired his punk ass. Like, what does that say precisely? I don't know how you repair this, gentlemen, if
I don't know. What's
broken are the people that are in place, right? Like, what do you even do with that? And let's not act like the players haven't themselves somewhat culpable, right? You know how bad a situation you're in, or at least you should. Now, granted, concussions present in different ways. The part I'm a little tripped out with is they are allegedly, hit it again, Jim, I guess. They are
allegedly
looking over Tua each day thereafter leading into the Thursday game. So what you're telling me is you got back injury Sunday, and he's continuing to make it through on daily evaluation to Thursday, good enough to play. But then the NFLPA is investigating, and their investigation isn't included by Thursday, or concluded, by Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing? At some point, where is the NFLPA culpable? Well, Kyle, it's only 4 days. I get that, and I know how much money you guys make, okay? Or I shouldn't say make, but have at your disposal. You could get this done if it mattered that much, and this was that big enough of a deal to you, but the Players Association has shown time and time again they don't care as much as they'd like to have you believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll 100% agree. It's a multi-layered problem. Absolutely. Like there's no debate on that one. EJ, what was your ugly from
the Indianapolis Colts? You get a big win against the Chiefs last week.
Well,
which was supposed to probably save your season after a slow start, and then you put up a dud against division rival Tennessee.
Allegedly.
By the way, that's Jim Rome, right?
It is.
Okay, cool. Make sure. And then you put that shit. Also, Frank Reich, hot seat now? Is it time to make that a thing now?
I'd say it's fair.
I know Con discussed on the podcast. Would you have him like 8?
I had him at 7 or an 8. Yeah,
right.
You had 7. I said 8, but again, I believe the lead was. I'm not sure it's all of it his fault, but he's going to.
The thing is, you also have an owner who's cuckoo as fuck.
Yeah,
like rip the fucking Band-Aid off like nothing just because he wants to. I think Frank Reich's seat is one of the hottest seats around the league after Matt Rule in Carolina.
Even over Rivera. Interesting.
Yeah, even Rivera right now.
Reich's
the ownership.
Reich's may be hotter also because of the length of time that Rule has been given in his contract. Like he's only in year 3 of 6 or 7.
We discussed that in the podcast too.
Like the problem is, to me, they're already theoretically speaking. Again, this is the NFL; things could change at a moment's notice. But like theoretically speaking,
unless there are racist emails.
Well, yeah, that changes the game. But
allegedly,
you would think that a guy who has a 7-year deal is going to be given a little bit longer leash than a guy who only has a couple and who's been there for a while.
The problem is, and we said in the podcast today, Kyle and I, David Tepper, owner of the Panthers, very thirsty right now. Very thirsty.
Okay.
Wants to win really bad. And
his personal life is none of my damn business, EJ.
I knew.
But so, I mean, there's winnable games for the Colts in the next few weeks. I mean, at Denver, Jacksonville, probably not winnable, let's be honest, or it shouldn't be. Tennessee, Washington, New England, Las Vegas. Like, if you don't win a few of those next 5, yeah, Reich might be gone by mid-season.
I don't think he'll get fired in a year. I think he'll be fired in a year, but I do think.
Why not?
Yeah,
I think they let him close out the season.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Yeah. That's why he's a good guy.
Well,
but then again, it's Jim Irsay.
He's respected. I think he's respected enough by the team that if you do it mid-season, you might lose some in that locker room.
Oh,
correct.
Yeah.
I think there's more likelihood that Nathaniel Hackett gets fired before the season's over than that happens, EJ.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What did I tweet on Sunday? It's like, what's the earliest besides Urban Meyer that a coach has been fired into their first season asking for a Hackett?
Yeah, that was
that was great.
All right, let's see here. Ugly.
Like from Russell Carrington Wilson on that, Jim? Anyways.
Wait.
Allegedly.
There you go.
Thank you, Jim.
Big Mike has Javonte Williams tearing all of the ligaments in his knee. Yeah, that's a very unfortunate, ugly. Never like to hear that. My ugly, the first one, of course, was the Tua injury, the Dolphins and the league and the player association, everybody's handling of the situation. My other one is the Big Ten West, just the Big Ten West as a whole. Just continued ugliness. Illinois, I think, sits atop there at 4-1. Wisconsin embarrassed again this past weekend, firing Paul Chryst 67-26 in his tenure at Wisconsin.
Which I have to ask, too soon? I mean, I know it's a bad year for Wisconsin, but
I mean,
kind of
it seems kind of reactionary, especially given his record, but also. If you have, again, this is where the business of college football comes into play. If you haven't won a Big Ten title and you're not getting into the playoffs, what does 67-26 in your tenure there really mean? Exactly. And when you start the year off slow, and it's I wouldn't say it's evident because I mean, again, you're in a crappy division, so you can easily recover and end up winning the division. But if you have the boosters breathing down your neck as an athletic department, you don't have much of a choice.
A, B, in a world where NIL matters, those boosters just became a lot more important. And C, the term arms race should come to mind. And listen, I don't know why Jim's bitching so much about that division of the Big Ten Conference being a problem. Soon enough, his Notre Dame Fighting Irish are going to go there and dominate it regularly and beat up another set of freaking powder puffs.
Wait, don't you mean Matt's?
What's that?
Did you mean Matt's Irish also too?
I did, and
mine.
Yeah. So
I told you, do not put him in with us on that.
Trigger him.
Do not put him in. Keep him out of that bus.
I'm pretty sure he preemptively got rid of the golden helmet there, so it doesn't end up on your head.
Yes.
That would have been too damn much. By the way, where is the board? Moving on. So no,
Matt already asked already. It's out of commission till next week.
So have we all done an ugly already?
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna bring up Harbaugh because I'll do it.
What, John or
Jim?
I wrote Jim on my podcast.
Yeah, the Ravens coach that is not Jim Harbaugh or Ernest.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
On your Instagram and on your podcast, the Student of the Game report.
Yes. I see what you did there. No, listen. And honestly, for me, I would have had this in my ugly more prominently because it would have been something that needed to be pointed out. You always take the points, but Kale, you're just reacting. Hold on.
I love those reactions. I'm sorry.
You like the preemptive? You like the preemptive hand waving?
I love it. It's like, oh, cross spread fingers.
At any rate,
Devin gets it. EJ sounds like a bandwagon jump fan.
You've been listening to the for how long?
Hey, who the fuck's that guy?
Get a hold of your life, Devin. No, I'm kidding, buddy. Listen.
Who the hell is this?
So first of all, can we please take a moment to give a little bit of credit to the Bills' defensive front? They're the ones that actually made the difference on this play, regardless of the coaching decision. Now, granted, if he kicks the field goal, they're not a factor. Lamar Demetrius Jackson was forced into a situation to throw the ball to a place where a receiver opened. One could even technically say that John Harbaugh did his job, or rather, that offensive staff did their job to put their team in a position to score and win the football game by being aggressive. That's their goal. And don't give me this bull crap about analytics. I do data for a living. Analytics did not come into play here. This is trash. Okay, going forward on 4th and 1 and trying to get the first down to extend a drive is one thing. This is not that. Going for 2 and trying to prevent your team from being further injured after they've been injured all day, this is not that. Do not compare it to what the Giants did to the Titans, nor what Harbaugh did to teams last year. But Lamar Demetrius Jackson throwing, I think, off of his back foot, throws an interception. The worst happened. Even if Lamar Demetrius Jackson hits that pass as he did last week, where my good was him having us ask us, do you have one question? Hitting Mark Andrews in the end zone, right? Maybe we don't remember that all, but it was last week. Listen to the podcast, huddle up. Bing! Does it count when I'm doing it for the show I'm currently on?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll.
But at any rate, but even if Lamar Demetrius Jackson handle business and they're up 7, I'm assuming Matt Tucker, who's a bad, shut your mouth. You do the rhyme, EJ. You're the one that likes to cuss. But makes the extra point. I'm assuming it's 27-20. It's still the wrong call. Take the points. Take the points. But Kyle, he doesn't trust his.
The reason why I feel good about my.
Hold on. No, okay. But he should be able to trust Lamar Demetrius Jackson to bounce back and make the field goal. Go ahead, EJ.
Let me say this. Buffalo defense got a lot of credit for that. As you said, I agree with you. But the reason why I feel good about my also agreeing with you about taking the points is that I said that before the play. I'm not playing the result here. I said that in the moment. What are you doing, Jim?
Same here.
Take the fucking points. Best
John.
in history.
His name is John.
He's
I need to leave.
He wants to.
Like, what are you doing?
God, what's wrong with you today? John, Jim. Okay.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if the doctor on Star Trek goes, damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not a football coach. Apparently you're not a media man either. My name's John Kirk, jackass.
You dumbass.
No, but yeah, I'm not playing the result here. I remember in the moment, 4th down, saying to myself, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Go for 3. Go for 3. So that's that.
Same here.
All right.
Oh, real quick also, too. I will say real quick for record, I'm glad the media, at least through 2 days since the game happened, at least the blame is going in the right direction. It's going towards the coach, not towards Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Demetrius Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, middle name. It was dual middle names, right. Yeah.
Jim, John, whatever the hell your name is.
Lamar Jim. Lamar Jim Jackson.
So,
right.
Big John, what's next?
let's go to the college football picks for this weekend.
Every week of this shit, dude. Every week we fucking the same shit, dude.
Every week. And like an idiot, I just keep bringing you guys back. Only 3 games this weekend on the college football slate, fitting 2.
You know, you could have added FSU and NC State there.
Why the hell would I do that?
It's a big game.
Like what? Like why? I gave you your game last week. I told you it was the week they were going to lose. And you did. So there we go. You've had FSU on this list twice in 5 weeks. Consider yourself lucky.
I'm very lucky, but yeah, thank you, Jim. John. I mean,
probably
Jim.
won't happen again. But, all right, number 8 Tennessee. They are 4-0. They travel and are a 3-point road favorite at number 25 LSU, who is 4-1. 63.5 is your over under. This one Saturday at noon on ESPN. EJ, we'll start with you.
Give me the upset. LSU to win outright, and I will take P under, slight under that one. I have to go P, by the way. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Matt, go ahead.
I guess we have to draw this out now since EJ has to leave the screen.
Do we really, though, Matt?
No, I don't know. Let's hurry this up. I feel like this is kind of one of those games where Brian Kelly is going to Brian Kelly and not show up with his team like we've seen him do so many times. I know he's had some bigger wins already, some that weren't very expected earlier this season. I don't think this is one of them. I would take Tennessee to cover that spread easily. I would take the under, though. I don't think it's a slight under either. I think 63.5 is high.
All right, Kyle.
You know, it's interesting. We get to 63.5, and now people are forgetting the Lucifer Morningstar moment I've had with you people on this show. And by you people, I more mean EJ, because I think he's the one who listens the least. But if it's a Josh Heupel coach team, 2 things are guaranteed to happen. He's going to miss the cover. He's going to hit the over. Tennessee beats LSU. Let's say 67-64. No, I'm kidding. 57-50. No, I really am joking. But it will be a butt ton of points. Expects it to look something like the Florida game last week. And Tennessee, if they win this game, might actually campaign to get that number 4 spot. And Jim will be angry. I have Tennessee.
Jim or John?
I'm trying to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
Yeah, look, I've seen
head coach or the LSU head coach. I get confused there too.
Look, I've seen. I'm kind of like Matt. I've seen Brian Kelly coach games against top 10 teams. This will probably be one of those ones that we've come to experience. I think Tennessee is going to win here. I think they're going to obviously cover the 3 points. And like Kyle, I'm going to go over. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. Then we go to the Big 12. Number 17 TCU. They are 4-0 and a 7-point road favorite at number 19 Kansas, who is 5-0. Yes, Kansas. I did not stutter.
Congratulations, Kansas.
What a year. 67.5 is your over under on this one. Saturday noon on FS1. Kyle, we'll start with you. Mike had the Tennessee in the under. My bad.
Listen, Mike going to get another Lucifer Morningstar too. Okay. No, that'd be funny if I get that wrong. Listen,
well, then we'll have it ready for you. Like I said, it's always ready.
That being said, you could keep Mr. Morningstar the bleep out of this one. I have no idea to go with it. This trash. Who had Kansas 5-0? That put it down. You're lying. Yeah. Exactly. It's almost like listening to EJ's podcast when I'm not on it. Anyways, got you too, Mikey Byrne. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, you could tell I'm stalling because I have no idea what to do. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna pick TCU just because they've shown they can put up points. Say what you will about them, SMU being a quote P5 team. Tanner Mordecai is a good quarterback. They beat him in a shootout. I think I'm going to pick TCU against my better judgment.
Over or under?
Definitely the over. It's the Big 12.
Okay, thank you. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, I like TCU. I think they'll win comfortably with the spread being what it is. I would definitely take the over on that one. Can't say I'm necessarily surprised of Kansas's record at this point. They have faced a gamut of quality opponents like Duke and Iowa State.
Hey, you leave the Cyclones out of this. Matt Campbell is a good football coach.
The Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles.
Who the hell is this?
So yes, give me the Horned Frogs. Give me the over.
All right, EJ.
By the way, Kyle, Doug Marrone is not the coach of the Bills. In case you remember, in case you forgot.
What?
Oh my God!
Remember earlier today? Remember earlier today? Doug Marrone was coach of the Bills.
Okay. Thanks,
Just
Jim.
saying.
John.
Just
EJ.
random.
Julius.
All right, let's run fucking Kansas again, man. I'm enjoying this ride. Give me Kansas. Give me the way over. It's Big 12.
Sure, the basketball fan pick.
Big 12 fucking country, motherfucker. Let's go.
You know, I wanted to do that just to make it like a cool pick, but I'm not going to do that now. TCU plus and the over.
Dick.
I can't. I'm not going on
This guy's
that.
a dick. This guy's a dick.
I'm not getting on that boat. No freaking way.
And by the way, Notre Dame fan, I'm sure you know who Matt Campbell is. You know, it's one of those juggernaut opponents that your team beat in a bowl game that I saw personally. Yeah, it's a Notre Dame shot.
Oh, shit. Heat on my 12. Damn it.
Oh, Heat what?
It's the preseason.
I'm being funny, Matt. Shit, relax. God damn it. Part of the joke.
Are you being funny?
No.
Thank you.
It's not funny.
Hey, John, sorry, Jim, can you bring in a number for a crisis hotline? Matt is angry again.
That's okay.
Matt, were you drunk last night?
Was I drunk?
He was drunk on playoff fever, EJ.
Yeah.
True.
When your baseball team limps in, I get it. I guess you don't get that excited. Mike has TCU and the over for that one. All right, last one.
Jim. John, James, whatever your fucking name is today.
So you campaigned to have Florida State be part of this pick'em, even though they're on the ACC network, like not even a big network.
The only reason I said
it is
the only reason I didn't mention is NC State. They play NC State. That's why.
Who are they playing?
NC State.
It doesn't matter who they're playing. The ACC's overrated.
Jesus Christ! Oh, I agree with you on that, but you know.
So Florida State's going to get their. Okay, no, let's humor this. Let's just make it real simple because I don't know the over under and I don't give a shit about the spread.
FSU is 3 point.
But I don't care. It doesn't matter. Is Florida State going to get their asses kicked on Saturday? EJ, yes, you said yes. Matt, you said yes. Kyle, I have a yes from you. Good. Florida State's going to get their asses
NC
kicked.
State minus 3.5 is generous. I would.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so low, and it's a road game for the Seminoles too. On top of that.
Yeah, that's
I don't
great.
understand that. It makes no sense.
Nobody cares. Number 11, Utah. They're 4-1. They're a 4.5-point road favorite. At number 18, UCLA 5-0. 65 is your over/under on this one Saturday at 3:30 on Fox. Kyle.
Damn, Jim. Listen, I know the Seminoles are a conference rival, but take it easy, buddy.
Seriously, dude.
Their name's not in the conference.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Pull it up. Google it. I'll wait.
Yet. Anyways, no. UCLA is getting some shine because of a game they probably shouldn't have won last week. But I'm glad that they did. Don't get it twisted. For me, it's either Bruins and I'm going to be drunk that I picked them, or it's going to be me making jokes about Vincent LaGuardia Gambini again. But I'm going to put Jim in the
blame you.
Exactly. I'm going to put John in the position to be a defendant once again. I have the Utes on the road.
Perfect. Matt.
Yeah, I think I'll take the Utes in this one as well. I don't necessarily. I think UCLA is one of those teams as well that kind of always has like a good record midway through the season and then just kind of falls off towards the end. I'll take the under on that as well.
Life in the Big 12, big guy.
All right, EJ.
The Utes. Give me the Utes. The Utes is what we call them to cover that sum. And what's the over-under again? 65?
65.
I'll take it over. Fuck it. Why not?
I'm going to take the under. We all know about my feelings about the AARP and 65 and under.
Look, I gotta keep picking the Utes as often as I can, right?
You do.
Then
Your
you
team.
the
If you're gonna hitch yourself to a wagon, you gotta commit to the full ride. So give me the Utes, give me Utes plus, and I'll take the under.
It's like EJ with his power rankings, right there, John.
All right, let's go to the NFL. Before we get to the picks, I'm not going to bring up a dumb question like EJ tried to get into his earnestly speaking group about should there be a QB competition in Dallas, because that's just asinine.
There's no competition.
I don't disagree with you.
It's Cooper.
People talking about it, so I'm gonna bring it up.
It's a dumb question to ask because the answer is no, and anybody
People are
on
talking about it though. Okay,
anybody on that thread that said there is out of their goddamn minds.
I said there is.
But the question that I'm going to bring up is one that I was discussing with friend of the show at One and Done Radio on Twitter. And he brought this question up. I said no to this as well. But do you think the Cowboys, he says, should trade Cooper Rush once Prescott is back just to get a trade value out of him because he's in the last year of his contract?
No one's going to trade for him.
That's what I said.
What the fuck are we doing? What value? How much getting paid?
What's I said? He's like, what, third round, fourth round? Why are you doing that?
Supplemental pick maybe you get from them? Come on. Next question.
You're trying to say that somebody rushed into asking this question?
Come on. No.
Because
you're the worst. Stop.
Because you seem to have dragged him into a riptide of answers there.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
I know what's worse. That or the Galladay one left from last week. Happy Galladay to you.
No, listen, bitch. If you're going to quote my puns, at least get them right. At least be in the Galladay spirit, you son of a bitch.
Thanks, my mug.
No, it's funny.
All right.
Too much fun. Too much fun. We got to get serious now. Media. Yeah.
Why?
Oh. I don't know.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Let's go to the picks. The 2-2 San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles are a 3-point road favorite at the 2-2 Cleveland Browns. 48 is your over/under on this one. Sunday, 1:00 on CBS. Ernest, your pick.
What? God. Oh, the disappointing Browns, the disappointing Chargers. Give me the Browns actually win this game outright. And I will take the under. So I think the Browns will dictate the pace of that game in the running game and whatnot. So give me the Browns and the under.
All right, Matt.
I was going to take the Browns too, just because I don't really trust the Herbert injury, but you know how EJ's picks go.
I was 3-2 this week for the record, so I'm a little better.
Gosh, these are your locks. You can't go 3-2 with locks.
I understand
EJ.
that. I understand that. I'm having a rough year, buddy. Having a rough year.
I'll definitely take the under on this. I don't think Herbert's going to sling as much, and I do think EJ's right with the Cleveland Browns running more than anything. I cannot take the Browns, even with the low point. Give me the Chargers -3 in like a 17-10 game.
Ooh.
Wow, boring.
Oh,
Kyle.
Listen, I might also factor in something you gentlemen haven't talked about yet. Joey Bosa still not a factor on the defensive front either for the Chargers. I think that's bigger in this game than even Herbert's situation. I don't know that Keenan Allen's returned yet either. I'd like to see an injury report with that as well. So further compounding it, I don't know if I've given enough to Matt to change his pick, but I, against my better judgment, have the Browns as well.
Wow, okay.
It's
All
more
right.
so that I just don't trust EJ.
Of course not. Hey, man, is that Brian Dawkins?
That's why I hope to bring a little bit more light and to try to save you from your doubt.
Yeah, I'm with Matt. I don't trust EJ, so I'm gonna go the Chargers.
Fuck you both. Fuck both
and
you.
that 3
Both of
points.
you.
But
You.
yes,
You.
I will. I will also go with the.
I think the under is a good
What?
lock
Yeah,
for you.
I agree.
EJ.
If you're betting this, the lock is the under. That's the lock. That'll be my locks of the week for Thursday show.
You're nothing but a degenerate.
Thanks, Brett.
We got the 3-1. Good Lord. The 3-1 Miami Dolphins. They're a 3-point road favorite at the 2-2
How are we
New York
picking
Jets.
this game?
I was going to ask that question if we're being honest. I think he got mixed up that there's a team in green that you like, so he picked the Jets by mistake. Could be. I don't know.
Also, why did you pick the Giants and the Packers? 3-1 versus 3-1. I was curious.
Shut the fuck up. The 2-2 Jets are the home
I
team.
would actually rather pick that game.
44. I mean, you guys can make suggestions. You can.
Well,
But you're the host of the show, buddy.
Send us a finished talking list already. It's not, hey, what do you guys think for games to pick this week? You just send it out.
In Jim's defense, he does take requests, but listen, by the same token, how do you expect Jim to keep track of all of EJ's teams? I mean, the only one we know he doesn't like is the Giants.
How does it always come down to me all the time? What am I doing?
It's
Easy
just natural.
You're the easiest target, EJ.
I mean, at least on the 3-count group chat, you get like a show suggestions question on like Wednesday at 9:30, and we all scramble.
Right, exactly. this is public notice. If there's a particular game you want to cover or a topic you want to cover, feel free to suggest it. That group chat is always open, as was evident at 1:30 this morning, after the Phillies clinched a playoff spot.
You're still awake? Jesus.
I mean, I am.
I mean, it was late that night that EJ got mugged because of what happened in the Monday night game.
Yeah.
You were still awake, EJ, because your kids were up dunking on you.
I was kind of still awake. Yeah, kind of still awake.
That is a disgusting act.
I don't know donuts that get this much dunk. Oh my god.
Regardless, we press on with the games as
yes, the
hey,
Jets,
first place in the
Dolphins
AFC
game.
East is up for grabs here. 44.5 is your over under on this one. 1:00 on CBS on Sunday. Kyle, I think we're going your direction first.
You know, and it's about time you had a good game on your list here, Jim. This one's actually in the matchup mania on the 3pointconversion.com.
Really?
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yes, really, jackass. No, no, I don't know why I said that other than the fact that you made a very strange face and I felt proud.
You suck.
Okay, then apparently it's a golf show too now. No, listen, this one
used to be.
Yeah, right. This game is legitimately difficult for me to pick. Are you a believer in Lamar Demetrius Jackson trying to bounce back after what happened with the Bills? Are you happy with what they did against the Bills? Or do you see Joey Burr continuing to climb the road?
Wait. You're getting ahead of yourself, Kyle.
Yeah, we're talking about the Jets Dolphins. I know why you're confused because you don't want to.
You're exactly right.
Okay. We will get to that game, Kyle. So
Dolphins, but this game.
So take that and sit on it for a little bit. But yeah, we're talking Dolphins Jets at the moment.
No, this is me leading to how badly I screwed up plugging the wrong game for the matchup mania. That's all that really is, if we're being honest. Merchandising.
Bam! What the fuck just happened?
I got the Fins because I'm ready for Teddy. I'll leave it at that.
All right, Matt.
Jets coming off you can't call it a big win, but
right?
Coming off of a win against.
Hey, listen, they had Kenny Pickett in the second half.
Yeah, the Pickett season has begun. I will still take the Jets just because they're getting 3 points, and I think that this finishes on a 2-0 safety win by the Dolphins. Now, give me the Jets, give me the under. But
boring.
This is going to be another awful game. No disrespect, Devin. Maybe a little. It's
just
not
a little
Thursday,
disrespect.
so it's
Not a lot of disrespect.
I won't
just
rip into you as much. You're lucky EJ's here, Devin, on Tuesdays to kind of take the brunt.
Wow.
EJ, go ahead.
Devin, I'm your buffer. Relax. I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win this actually fairly comfortably because it's Teddy's world with us living on it. Over Kyle's boy Zach Wilson, who he loves very much, and I'll give the under because it's gonna be a boring fucking game, like you guys said. I agree. Under 20-10.
Teddy's world. We're just living in it.
Well, Tua's not playing. I was at Tua's world. Yeah. I was at Tua's world, but he's not here. He's not playing.
See, listen.
What did Teddy do on Thursday that led you to believe that it's Teddy's world and we're just living in it?
What the heck's going on
even against the Jets.
Don't you know me by now? I'm not making sense. I'm trying to put some sport to this fucking game.
I
Twenty
swear
to 10 Dolphins.
I swear if the Jets win and they're in first place in the NFC East and they're in your top 10 next week, I will quit the show.
Oh, bro, if the Dolphins lose this game, I swear to God, they're fucking the bottom 5.
Bottom 5. Woof. Wow.
You heard it here first. No, I'm just joking. Not that.
There's well, I mean, it's not like you get them right ever anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, fuck you, because you said you. No, we'll get to my.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, sorry. Too early again. My bad.
By the way, John loves power rankings for the record. John.
No, I fucking hate them, but your dumbass makes me do them every week.
I hate it so much. I gave the segment a T-shirt.
Give me the Jets plus, because why the hell not? It's not Teddy's world. I'll go with Matt. It'll be we'll get a field goal each and a safety. It'll be a 5-3 Jets victory on the
Metro Marlins. Metro Marlins. Let's go.
By the way, side note, really quick, so we can get this out of the way. I might have children. I'm not a mother. I don't love Zach Wilson. Okay, thanks. Moving on.
I know you don't. That's why I said that.
But now it's funny. I mentioned MILFs. It's okay.
I know.
Just so we're clear.
Did you share? Was it you shared in the fucking group text today about the Giselle?
Oh yeah, the fake Zach Wilson tweet.
Yeah,
hilarious. I wish it was real. I really
Me
wish
too.
It was real. The Mike has the Jets in the under. Devin has the Dolphins in the under. So at least we're smart enough to take the under. All right, then we go.
Safe lock of the
you lock it again.
Lock it up.
Oh yeah, you pick this game away, John. Jim.
Lock it up.
What do you mean? I already picked it.
I'm just saying you picked this game on the list of games to pick from.
Yeah,
can't call it boring if you picked the game itself.
I mean, I can call it boring.
You could have had Packers Giants, but you chose not to. You chose violence.
EJ, are the Packers going to kick the shit out of the Giants? Yes, Matt. How about you? You say yes. No, you say yes. Good. Clean sweep of the Giants getting their asses kicked. Great. Thanks. Glad we did
I love you, buddy.
Easiest show to ever guest on. Next game, please.
I am so happy we did that game, because if you won't be tired enough on a Sunday morning after drinking all Saturday night, here's the Giants and the Packers from London. Thanks, NFL. Okay, Falcons, fraud cons, 2-2. They are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are also 2-2, and 8.5-point home favorite. Hey, first place in the dirty South is up for grabs.
Yes, I agree. This is a good game.
48 is your over/under. 1:00 on Fox. Kyle, go ahead.
I'm going to wait for EJ's turn to tell me why this game actually matters. Do you actually believe in the fraud cons again? Hey, spoiler, bitches, they're frauds. Bucks convincingly under, because the Falcons can't score. See, I still got that game on my mind.
I know. We'll get there. Trust me. Don't get ahead of yourself, Kyle.
Too late.
Never mind. Matt, go ahead.
I kind of like the fraud cons plus the 8.5. I think they can kind of hang close enough since Tommy's world is kind of falling apart here. So give me Falcons plus 8.5. Give me the under on this one again. Sensing a theme here.
Under. EJ, go ahead.
No, I think
EJ, are you all right? Have you texted Tom? Is he okay?
Yeah, he just sent me a text.
I know it's been a busy news day.
He texted you Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge, yeah. I'm like, Tommy, I'm recording a fucking podcast. So you fucking anyway. So
he's under the desk.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. This is the game. This is the game that fucking Tom needs. After all the fucking news came out today, give me the Bucks to cover 9 points, 8.5 points, 9 points, whatever. And the under here as well. We've seen a theme here with the over-unders here.
Your face is a theme.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Let's see. Mike says Falcons plus the points in the under. Yeah, I'm kind of with Mike and Matt on this one. I think the drama of the week is not going to help the Bucks. They're gonna win the game, but the fraud cons are going to,
I love you saying it now, Frog, regularly now. I love it.
Are going to at least put a little bit of scare in the Bay. All right. Then we move on to Sunday 4:25 on Fox. It is the 3-1 Dallas Cowboys at the 2-2 LA Rams. The 4.5-point home favorite. 43.5 is your over under on this one. EJ, we'll start with you since you are the other Cowboys fan.
I mean, of course, you put this game on the fucking list because the Cowboys are on.
I think
this is the first time we've picked the Cowboys.
I was going to say, I think this is
away from
maybe week 1 against the Bucks, but otherwise, I have not had the Cowboys on this list.
Because why would you want to?
I mean, Cowboys, Commanders, Cowboys,
EJ,
Giants.
I would say I've had more of your favorite teams on the list, but
you've been given. You've been very giving this year. I have to give credit for John. I mean, Jim.
It's very easy when you have 38 favorite NFL teams.
Right,
of course it
correct.
is. Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
like kissing oxygen for your breath. This is
But here's the thing, though. The Rams, they don't look like they don't look like the same team. I mean, all 4 games they've looked troubled, if you will. Now, look, I think they'll still win the division. I figured it out. But I think the number 1 seed might be out of the conversation for the Rams going forward. Give me Dallas here. I think Dallas. I think Rams win this game. I think the Rams win. I think the Rams win this game. Rams win this game, but this is a field goal game. Give me Dallas on the points here.
Matt, the only thing that was confusing about that is I didn't know which of the 2 teams were referring to.
And give me the Rams to cover. Give me the Cowboys to cover this game, and give me the slight over at 43.
All right, Matt.
It's actually been the defenses that have held up, I think, the most for the Rams, more so than anything else, and the Cowboys for sure. So I will still take the under, keep with that theme. I'll take the Cowboys plus points.
All right. I never thought I'd hear you say that, Matt, but here we are.
Why do I do this, Jim?
Well, that's true. Kyle, go ahead.
Sneaky. Only way it's going to happen is in doing that. Listen, no, at the end of the day, here's what I'm going to say. First of all, I don't mean to take over your show, but if you could kindly put up the comment that Mikey Burns has put up there about the Gatorade.
Well, it already was a flavor, so they're going to have to bring it back. I think it was like a limited run, but they'll have to bring it back.
I agree.
If Dallas wins, they're going to have to create a Riptide Rush flavor.
That being said, I got bad news. The Riptide settles here. The waters recede. I have the Rams win this game. Bleep the points. At some point, he's got to get hooked up with Allen Robinson. And with all that being said, I got the under. Yeah, I got the under.
What was the flavor of the Riptide Rush, Jim? Do you remember? Did you get it?
I want to say it was a grape of some kind.
Oh.
It's a purple. It was a purple. It was a Gatorade Frost Riptide Rush. It was a purple. So I'm assuming it was a grape. Maybe I didn't have it. Mike agrees. Mike says it was purple. Look, I know we've exhausted baseball talk, but Patrick finishes his comment with "fuck off, Ernest Christian." So
you got to put that up.
Got to welcome any of that into the show. Look,
joined here at the Huddle Up podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cowboys plus. I think the Rams will probably end up winning the game. Definitely go under though. The Cowboys have scored 21 points is their highest output of the year. Their defense hasn't given up 20 points yet this year. The Rams offense doesn't look in sync. So this is not going to be, I don't believe, a high scoring game at all.
According to this article, it was more of a mixed berry flavor than grape.
Okay, well,
but it was purple.
Mike says the Rams and the under. All right. Well, Kyle, we have finally made it to the prediction you were trying to make about 20 minutes ago. The Bengals, the 2-2 Cincinnati Bengals, are at the 2-2 Baltimore Ravens, who are a 3-point home favorite. 48.5 is your over-under on this one. And this is your Sunday night game, 8:20 Eastern time on NBC and Peacock. Kyle, we'll start with you.
Oh, my God. Sweet salvation. We're finally talking about it. Gentlemen.
Oh, my God.
Yes, thank you for that. I am looking forward to the Niners to crush Baker Mayfield. There is no way. Oh, wait. Damn it. No. Listen, this, even thank you. Even with all the time I had to stall, I still have no idea who I think would actually win this game. But I'm going to do what I do in the preseason. I'm going to pick the home team. I'm going to pick the Ravens just as I would pick the Bengals if this were in Cincinnati at this point in the year. Yeah, I know last year, blah, 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 Bengals crushed the Ravens, but I don't know that Joey Burr has trended high enough yet. But that being said, with the Ravens defense, I don't know what the hell I'm getting. So, what the hell is going on here? That's really where I'm at with this.
What the hell's going on out here?
I have no idea who to pick, so I'm going to go with the Ravens since they're at home.
All right, sounds good, Matt.
I'm going to take the Bengals, getting some points here. I think they'll build some momentum off the Thursday night win last week, and Harbaugh will probably go for 2.
Would that be
or
Jim or
something.
John?
It would be Joe, the third brother.
Joe.
He'll probably have a tying situation, go for 2 like he did like 14 times last year and never converted. So give me the Bengals outright, but I'll take the points. And I will say over. I think 48.5 is actually a little low for those two offenses.
Totally agree.
All right, good. EJ.
Totally agree. When in doubt, go to the home team. Give me Baltimore. This is a stay away game as a gambler. I wouldn't bet on this game on the spread. However, I'll bet the over. This will probably be one of my locks this week as well, too. The over. So that's a steal.
Well, it's the
Point and a half. That's a fucking steal there, buddy. Give me over. Way over.
All right, to hear that, bet the under. Bet the under if it's an EJ lock.
All right. Joe, John, whatever your name is, fucking guy.
Joe Buck yourself.
All right. No, look. The Ravens have two.
By the way, Joe Buck. Anyways,
the Ravens have 2 bad losses this year. 2 games that they probably should have won. And their defense let the games get away. It's not their offensive fault. It's whoever the hell their coach's name's fault at times. But it's also definitely their defense's fault. And Cincinnati, I think, is starting to wake up a bit. And so I think they are the hotter team coming in. I think they're going to be the hotter team coming out. So give me the Bengals to cover. I think they're going to win outright. And I also like the over on that one. Let's see. Mike has the Bengals and the over. Devin has the Ravens.
Of course, the Bengals over.
And
surprise.
Under.
All right, you picked the Cowboys earlier. You don't get to call out other people for homer picks too.
Yeah, look. I'll plug EJ's show with Kyle earlier today. If you want to hear some homer picks, they're doing their quarter season awards.
Yeah, a little something like that.
There was 2 god awful homer picks that you threw out on that list, EJ, with your early coach of the year and early. Oh wait, no,
yeah, right.
You were taking Giants people, so those weren't homer picks. That's my fault. There you go, Kyle. You're welcome.
Where's Maui, bitch? Play it.
What can I say except you're welcome?
All right. Well, let's go to this then.
As if we had that. Look at this fucking guy, dude.
I just do this to see Kyle dance every week. He's got the mug.
I got mugged.
That's actually the true secret. It has nothing to do with ripping on you, EJ, because we do that anyway. It's just to see Kyle dance.
I agree, 12%. White boy can dance. Sort of.
All right. So as we do, it is EJ's power rankings, his bottom 5, his top 10. And as we do each and every week, we will start in the bottom 5.
Yeah, so for all the podcast listeners there on the Huddle Up podcast, here are the 2032 in order: 28 Chicago Bears, 29 Seattle Seahawks, 30 Carolina Panthers, 31 my playoff Washington Commanders, and 32 the Houston Texans.
All
right, boys, have at it.
Where's Lucifer?
Yep. It's gonna.
I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
Yeah, that's I think you know what? I'm gonna do it for Matt.
I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
And for me, EJ.
I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
I tried to give you the out.
I did. I know.
You didn't want it. So you deserve any trash you eat for the Commanders being this bad.
Oh no, I will take full
definitely deserve this.
I will take full responsibility for that.
There might be a lot that you It's questionable if you deserve it, but this one you definitely deserve.
But that being said, is the bottom five correct?
I would petition to have the Colts in the bottom five personally.
They were considered. They were definitely considered.
Okay.
Just because they have a win, and granted an impressive one, but 2 losses and a tie to your last place team, the Houston Texans. I think the Bears, I don't know if I take the Bears out, but I certainly don't take the Seahawks. So I get your dilemma here. But I would probably, if I was making this list, I would probably left the Bears out and put the Colts in just because of the actual wins that they had.
I may flip the Texans and the Panthers. I get the Texans are winless, but to me, the Texans look better winless than the Panthers do with a win. Which, you know, that was a team that I think Matt and I both said like could potentially be a fighter.
I'd put them in. Yeah, I'll eat that loss.
I actually considered
we
swapping.
were wrong.
I actually considered swapping Commanders and Texans at one point.
I don't.
There's a bad. I mean,
I don't necessarily.
That loss
I would
to Dallas on
argue
Sunday
if you
was
want
a
to put
bad
the
loss,
Commodores
man. That's a bad loss.
I mean, that the Commanders are probably Doug not running the ball enough in week 1 away from being 0-4 at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about those games that like very easily could be the Commodores uneasy like Sunday morning.
Can we, you know, I need.
I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
The Commanders could very well be in last.
I totally agree with you on that.
So the Red Tails, first of all, I'm petitioning to ruin to get rid of that soundbite because there is nothing easy about watching those MFers on Sunday morning or after.
Unless you're a fan of their opponent.
Fair, which you and EJ both will know all about that soon enough. Oh, wait, you did this past Sunday. Listen.
Never gets old, does it?
Nope.
But the only problem I really have with this is I would flop the Bears and Texans. Please keep in mind, gentlemen, that the Bears are the only team to lose to another team without a quarterback playing effing quarterback. We're just going to act like that shit didn't happen? Really? Where are you at, alleged Giants fan?
Allegedly. 3-1, apparently. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but.
No, the Bears aren't 3-1. They're just 2-2. But or is it 2-1 or 10?
You're right, EJ. Your Cowboys are 3-1, but I don't know why we're talking
Shut
about
up.
them in the bottom.
Shut up.
I mean, well, at one point we were supposed to be in the bottom 5, right there, John?
Something like
That's
that.
true.
Well, they should have been after week 1, but
they weren't there. And I was
we're
right.
now in week 5.
I was
so
right. Thank you.
That's well behind us.
I was right, EJ. EJ's right.
And now I'm going to smile.
I mean, I told you were
Oh,
right.
no,
Host.
It's you
Week
two old
1.
women going after it. I'm trolling your ass off, right?
Like, you were still wrong week 1, but you know what? I'm not going back there because I'm tired of it. Yeah. Any other discussion on the bottom 5? I mean,
I do.
I don't.
What's worse, your Cowboys taking week 1 or your Bears number 10 fucking week 3 last year or week 4 last year?
You really cling on to like 2 things because that's
Kyle.
Jim has always had a soft spot for the Bears. He had them in the Super Bowl 1 year.
Did he really? Which year was this?
A couple years ago.
I don't remember which one. I think this was when it was still Tuesday timeout, right?
Yeah, so it's been a while.
It's been a
while.
I'm just asking.
All right, for
All
the
top 10.
Podcast listeners now, here's your top 10 from 1. Should go 10 to 1. What do you think?
10-1.
10 to 1.
Come on.
Number 10, Kyle's Niners.
Wrong.
Number 9, the Bengals. Number 8, the Ravens. 7, Rams. 6, the Bradyneers.
Wrong.
5, the Dolphins. 4, Packers. 3, Chiefs. 2, Eagles. Number 1, Bills Mafia. All right, boys, how about it?
Kyle, you want to?
Why are the Niners in the top 10? You still couldn't answer this very well on the Student of the Game report either.
Because to me, okay, so real quick, to me, it comes to trust.
No, just say
trust. No. You asked the question, right? Okay. Why in the top 10? I'm telling you why in the top 10.
My bad.
I trust in the end they'll be a playoff team. I apologize again for the fucking Commanders to be in my top 10. It is the Niners in that spot. Okay, the Niners, no matter what their record is, like last year, they could be 10-7, whatever it is, what it be. They will be the most dangerous team in the NFC playoff bracket when it comes, because what they do and how they play football travels well. Doesn't matter when it is, September, December, January. It doesn't matter. The Niners have more trust, probably than any team in the NFC not named the Buccaneers, probably. So that's why in the top 10. So it's a trust issue. So look, go ahead.
So defense.
Hey, that matters.
I'm not saying it doesn't.
That matters. They like Jimmy. Look, Jimmy G, not the best quarterback at all, but they love Jimmy G. The players play for Jimmy G. They minutes from the Super Bowl last year. So the trust factor for the Niners, they're number 10.
Don't sit there and tell me you trust Jimmy Garoppolo without Trent Williams there in protection, and don't tell me, despite the fact that you're about to get mugged,
yes,
that you expected 3 scores of 30 plus or more, and I'm including the pick 6 provided.
But again, it's that matchup, dude. There's something about that matchup that even last year in the NFC title game, they should have won that game too, for the record.
I don't know about that, but it was
they were up coming into the fourth quarter. Come on now.
No,
but my point is they just Kyle Shanahan's the top 3 coach in the league probably at this point. I think we got to get to the point we got to start acknowledging that.
Top 5, maybe 3.
Okay, whatever, 5, whatever. But he's definitely in that elite-ish conversation of coaches. I mean, this team is always finds a way to get shit done.
But listen, you did this last week trying to distract us with another garbage pick to protect and hide another one that was even worse. You're not hiding behind the 49ers and putting the Dolphins at 5, bitch. What in the entire hell? You can't be this ready for Teddy.
You want to ask me why I'm not 5?
You don't say trust, because that's a bitch.
No, it's not trust at all. Not trust at all. I have a good reason. No, honestly, no. I think. Well, here's the thing. I think if Tua finishes that game against Cincinnati, they might win that game.
No,
but he doesn't.
And
that was a tight game until the middle of the fourth quarter. It was like Cincinnati ran with the game. I mean, that was a good game to late in the fourth quarter. So Dolphins haven't had a bad loss yet. So Tampa, I was concerned about the injuries. Rams look kind of meh out the gate. Ravens didn't even move. Ravens were 8 last week.
And the Raiders not moving is
Ravens.
I said Ravens.
Bengals are in the top 10 because they are doing what they're supposed to do.
No one's arguing the Bengals. Okay. I don't think, gentlemen, anybody problem with the Bengals?
Nope.
What is clear, though, I will say, is that I think these rankings should be done in tiers now, because 1 through 3 is in the world by itself.
Here comes Nick Wright up in this bit.
No. I'm just saying. All right, but yet you love Nick Wright, so don't start your shit. 1 through 3 is in the world by itself, because Green Bay had a weird win on Sunday. I guess
yes, they went into overtime against a third-string quarterback,
Frank Zappa's grandson. Whatever his name is, Zappy.
Saying Zappy. It's not Zappy. It's Zappy.
Skippy.
It's not Zappa.
What the fuck his name is? It went to overtime
tonight.
So
it went into overtime
at home.
Yeah, no, there is no way the Packers are 4. I can't decide which I dislike more.
And that's the problem. Who do you put?
There's no problem. You've already excluded a team that should be in the top 10 again. Yes, I'm referring to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who suddenly you've decided you hate for reasons I can't comprehend. Okay, sure.
Why hate the Jaguars for?
Huh?
I hate the Jaguars?
Yeah, because this is twice you've shanked them from the top 10.
I gave Doug Peterson Coach of the Year possibilities so far. We talk about
right
it,
over your overcompensation homer pick of Daboll on the Student of the Game report.
But Daboll deserves it, though.
No, he doesn't. But that's okay.
Yeah,
stop. EJ,
Jim, stop. Jim, stop. Don't start that.
You tweeted on Sunday that the Giants might be the worst 3-1 team ever,
and they're there because of Daboll and Saquon. That is
you can't call them the worst 3-1 team ever and say their coach should be the coach of the year. That those things don't add up.
But they're 3-1 mainly because of coaching, of good coaching. That's why.
Is it, or is it because they played terrible teams and they've gotten lucky? Like there's a whole shitload of dumb luck on that team.
Can you pass one of those candy cigars there, Matt? I need something.
Come on, man. Like, I get you're a homer. I get it.
You love power rankings, Jim.
I get you. You are a homer, but come on. Daboll as coach of the year? Do you know how bad the Jaguars were a year ago?
Yo, bad Giants.
Look where they are now. Come on.
No, they are as bad and worse as the Giants are right now.
Seriously, man. You can't be serious.
Matt, he loves power rankings.
But he's distracting you. He's doing it again. He's distracting you from putting the Dolphins 5th and the Packers 4th and thinking he's smart.
So are you saying that the Bucks, despite the loss on Sunday, and maybe even the Rams should be headed to the Dolphins?
Yes, I absolutely am, actually.
Matt, do you agree with that?
Frankly, the Bucks, in my mind, should be below the Rams. I can make the argument because
no.
To me, the Rams are falling. Like I'm not putting them out of my top 10 yet, but like the Rams have not looked great.
Okay.
Like they're continuing to not look great. Like, and I mean, like they got beat pretty bad on Monday night. Like it.
But see, Mr. Captain Frisky over here with his interdivisional matchups and shit, suddenly that doesn't matter anymore, right? Suddenly we don't count that. But the Dolphins win an important interdivisional game and it's sliced bread. And I'll get the Bills. They were at home.
They beat them one team in the list.
Sure. Yeah. Great. Acknowledged. And yet, where are the Jags who went across the country and took care of business against a team that was a top 10 at the time? No, not even there.
Wait.
After 5 turnovers, one score down.
They beat the Colts. They beat the
one
Chargers.
score down. Hey, shut up, Giant or alleged Giants fan. I'm not done here. One score down after 5 turnovers to the
allegedly.
East. Why aren't the Jags top 10 over the Niners, who haplessly are where they even are?
If these two teams play right now, who wins the game?
Which 2 teams?
Jags and Niners.
I have the Jags right now on the strength of the offense.
I disagree with that. Niners.
Because the defensive front will make Jimmy Garoppolo make mistakes.
No, I have Niners.
Okay, and you can be wrong all you want. You've done it before.
Niners.
You know,
Jim, who wins the matchup between Jaguars and Niners or no?
I would actually probably go the Niners. I would probably go the Niners.
Matt?
Close.
Is it neutral field?
Whatever, fine. It'd be neutral field, fine. This for the sake of argument.
Neutral field, I'd probably take the Jags. In San Fran, I'd probably take the Niners.
Okay.
Niners and Levi is a sensible pick. I will grant you that. Ain't nobody taking the over in that shit, by the way. But
no. Look, I mean, Kyle, I know you had a little fun with like EJ and like the tier system, but I am kind of on board with that because like I do think that probably your top 3 are right around each other. I think 4 through 7 or 8, there can be arguments for or against teams in that 4 to 8 grouping. And then from like 9 to 13, 14, 15, like if somebody wants to make a hard enough argument, that they probably have the ammunition to make an argument. In that grouping. Like, and that's what's kind of made this early part of the season pretty wild.
Well, and you'll notice I'm not pointing out anything this week with the top 3. In my mind, the way they handled the Jags, the Eagles have earned their spot where they're at. Putting them at 1 last week was just absolutely stupid, no matter how much Matt liked it.
I didn't.
I know.
I didn't have him in 3 actually last week.
No, you had
you had the Eagles at 1.
So you had him at 3. The Eagles at 3.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. We all disagreed with you with him.
Okay.
Well.
If the
no surprise there, of course.
If the bar is, can they beat the Jags? Here we go. Packers, Jags, neutral field. Who you got?
Jags, probably.
Yeah, I'm probably going Jags on that one.
Okay, you fucked that one up, EJ.
Can I answer the question?
No, you can't because you've made it obvious with your top 10. Thank you. Jags, Dolphins, go.
Jags. It is not Teddy's world.
Well, wait. Tua's back. I'm taking
Dolphins. Tua's not back right now.
Okay, so this week I would.
Oh, then we go Jags then. I mean,
and by the way, I see in the comments Mikey Byrne in regards to the Jags Niners question. Trent Williams is not playing. He's out for the season. Home slice, as far as I know. He might
not the season. This a couple weeks.
Yeah, I had to think about that. Jags Bucks. Can you clearly pick the Bucks?
Yep.
We know about you, Brady boy.
Defense. Best defense in football.
I think I would take the Bucks over the Jags.
I would probably go Bucks, but it's gonna be a close one.
No, listen, I like the Jags.
Jags
They're number 11.
No. You have spoken.
They didn't move last week on my list, by the way.
That's a problem.
They didn't
Jags
move.
Rams.
They're number 11. They're still 11.
Jags
11 now.
Rams, gentlemen.
He's telling you,
shut your ass.
Thanks, you've spoken. We're looking at it. Jags Rams, gentlemen.
Right now,
the injuries to LA, I'm taking the Jags.
I might take the Jags. I actually might take the Jags. I'm not taking the Rams out like that.
They cracked the top 10. EJ.
So then you tell me to take the Rams out then.
No, I'm telling you to take the Niners out.
No,
but if you want to take the Rams out, at least I could say they've lost a divisional game. Sure.
I'm not even sure if I have the Niners going to the Super Bowl this year. Still.
Oh no.
Rubber meets road.
I said to you when you did that, I don't dislike it, but there's too much disarray at quarterback.
The thing is, the Niners are the Niners are a hard team to predict because once they're in the playoffs, anything's possible. They can win in Lambeau, which they've done already.
Sure. Well, I'm glad you remember my predictions from Week 15 last year.
Well, I mean,
me too. I said it also too.
I don't think they're going to have to worry about winning in Lambeau this year either. I don't think anybody's going to have to worry about winning in Lambeau this year.
Well, unless they play in the first round,
But listen,
possibly.
I think I've pounded the table that the Jags being a tier 2 team, which according to Jim is between 4 and 8, isn't a horrible concept considering that 3 of the teams have been said to be, 2 of the teams have been said to be easily beatable by the Jags, and you have 5 teams ahead of them.
Tier 2 can go 7-8 teams deep, though. My tier 2 can go 7-8 teams deep.
But no. Hey, Jack Wagon, we're here, okay? The Packers, unanimous rejection. Dolphins, unanimous rejection.
Tier 2.
Why are you still clinging? You're now quadrupling down on horse shit. Like, bro.
Mike, who's saying that the Bucks defense is the best defense? Yeah, they gave up 45 to the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, that's Patrick
LeVar Mahomes the second.
Right. I mean, they're one of the better defenses for sure.
He's doubling down from last week because that's a statement he made last week.
Do you guys agree Minnesota's gone on this list now? They were here last week.
I wouldn't have the Vikings in my top 10.
Okay.
So.
They almost got beat by the Saints.
Without Winston, without Kamara, without Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the London game.
It was. Yeah, Kyle had to I believe Kyle had to run.
That's right, he had to leave because of the fucking playmakers thing.
But yeah, for another
I won't be surprised if EJ's Giants hang tight with EJ's Packers because of the London game. I think
London games are weird, but I don't know. I
won't pick them.
To me, I still think if
I'm not pounding the table for the Vikings to be in the top 10. I felt they were highly overrated by a lot of people going into the season. A lot of people were saying that they were a playoff team. And granted, they are I think they are in first place in the North at this point, correct?
Currently, yeah.
Here's what I'll say, and I said this pre-show with Jimmy before we jumped on, is that what we're not appreciating here in general is that the parity right now in the NFL is going from 1 to 32. Even the bad teams in the league right now are competitive. Falcons, Seahawks, Texans. The gap between 1 and 32 isn't as big as you would think would be. The parity here is real now. Like some of these teams like 1 or 2 players away from being in the mix. So like look at that tiers. Like to me, tier 2 can go 8-9 teams deep. Like you talk about the 7 remaining in the top 10. I can extend tier 2 to Chargers if they're healthy, Vikings, Jaguars. You know what I'm saying? Teams like that. We're not appreciating the fact that it's a competitive league right now. Even the bad teams or the alleged bad teams we had coming into the year are playing good football right now. The fucking Falcons and Bucks is a watchable game this week now.
Yeah, I mean, for first place in the South,
right,
is up for grabs. In that one, yeah, it's like I had them jotted down. I continued to cross them off as we're even running through this because it's like outside of the top 3, which I had for the record, Bills, Eagles, Chiefs. Mm-hmm. But like, if you wanted to put the Chiefs at 2 and the Eagles at 3, sure. If you wanted to put the Chiefs at 1 and the Bills at 3 because the Bills have looked suspect the last couple of weeks. Sure, why not? besides the to me, the clear thing is who right now are the three best teams in the NFL: Bills, Chiefs, Eagles. Those are the three best. It hurts me to say that, but but those are the three best teams in the NFL right now through week 4. From there until you really start running into bad teams, and like to me, your bad teams are Pittsburgh, Houston, Indy, Vegas. Denver's getting dangerously close to a bad team. Like, let's be honest.
I would put them in there.
Like,
the Denver Broncos.
Like, they're either right on the edge of bad or they're bad.
They're still mediocre right now because they got that quarterback. We'll see what happens without the running back now.
That quarterback, and I know Kyle's not here to
Chiefs.
defend him. He looks terrible.
I think that's because
Like,
the coach,
I
too.
get
System's
Hackett's not a good coach, but Russell Wilson is not playing well.
Could it be also that the system that they're trying to implement with him is not working? And then
Possibly.
Russ had to bail him out against San Francisco on fucking Sunday night 2 weeks ago.
It's possible, but maybe he also should have played in the preseason.
Possibly.
If it wasn't working that well to get ready for the season. But like Washington, obviously not good. Look, the Giants aren't good. I don't care.
I agree. I mean, they're not-
Detroit, bad.
You
Chicago,
love
bad.
Danny Dimes.
I don't get it. No, I see the talent, but I don't know, man.
He's a better runner than he is a thrower.
I totally agree with you on that. He's just backup quarterback in this league.
Panthers bad, Saints bad, Seahawks bad. I'm getting dangerously close to putting the Cardinals bad. But besides those teams, like everywhere else, from 3 to those 9 teams that I just named,
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out. Week to week, figure it out. That's the hard part. Is right now you can't. Like, that's the fun part of football right now. You can't figure out those 4 through 19 or whatever it is. There's a lot of I have no freaking clue, because so the Jags, again, in the monsoon, they turn the ball over 5 times, they get close. They also lost to Washington. Again, you can call it a coaching decision, call whatever the hell you want. You lost to Washington, okay? So like you can't ignore bad things that happen. Like Seattle, bad team, that they put up 40. I mean, again, it's the defense giving up the most points in the league, but they put up 48 points this week. Like, weird things are happening. Atlanta looks good some weeks, bad the next. Like, there's a whole lot of we don't know. Mike says it. He says, stop using Russ to not call them bad. They're fucking bad. To me,
on the cusp. If they lose this week, who are they playing this week? They're playing actually a tough team again this week, I believe.
They this week have
Denver.
They have the Colts this week.
Oh shit!
So
Thursday too. Yeah, short week.
Oh, that's unfortunate for that to be the Thursday game. But look, if Denver loses this week, definitely bad. If they don't win convincingly against the Colts, I'm throwing them in the bad category.
I'll tell you,
for sure.
Denver come up the gate really, really, really bad. The Chargers having all the injuries now is why Vegas is still in it.
Vegas is not still in it. You can play math all you want.
No, here's the thing though. Things are breaking. The AFC is cannibalizing themselves right now. Adding a 7th playoff spot opens the door for you can start 0-3 pretty much and still be in the mix if you can start putting off some games going forward. They got to obviously win some games going forward.
The Raiders, and again, we're 4 weeks into the year, so it's a silly kind of an argument. But the Raiders are 13th in the conference right now, playoff speaking.
But there was a lot of 2-2 teams in that mix, though.
Right.
Only game behind.
I don't have any so the Raiders beat the Broncos. Okay. I don't have faith that they're going to be able to get up to 7. It just doesn't.
Obviously, they got to do their job first. This couple weeks.
Again, mathematically, everybody's still alive.
Right.
Week 4, but
even the fucking Texans.
Even the Texans, except they aren't. But let's go to the let's close it up this week.
You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
All right. One thing we guarantee will happen this weekend. EJ, what's your
Hate to say it for you, Jim, but I think it's the week the Cowboys come to earth a little bit. And the only reason I say this is because the Rams are desperate. It'll be a competitive game, but I just think the Rams' desperation, they'll figure out to win this game. But Cowboys on the earth.
Lock it up.
All right. The Rams over the Cowboys. Matt, what's going to happen this weekend?
I am going to say the Lions finally turn things around and get a win back in the win column. Going against the Patriots.
Oh. Patriots got them throwback unis, though.
If they lose. Is Mac Jones healthy, though?
Nope.
Don't think so.
Zappy.
And I don't know. And I don't know with all the spotlight that's on the concussion protocol, I wouldn't count on Brian Hoyer being healthy at all this weekend either. So
yep.
Might be Zeppy time in New England. But Matt,
lock it up.
For me, this might be a bit of a homer one. It's not the Dallas Cowboys, but Shamrock Series weekend in Vegas, Notre Dame BYU. Notre Dame has never lost in a Shamrock Series game, and that does not happen this weekend. Notre Dame beats BYU to stay undefeated in the Shamrock Series.
Lock it up.
All right. Mike says Coastal Carolina.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
Lock it up.
Coastal Carolina. Who are they?
He loves them. The Chanticleers, man.
Uh-huh.
He loves them.
Yeah.
He loves them. All right. Let's close it out, boys. Another fun one.
A lot of fun.
We're getting ready for the.
I swear to God, this hour and a half is my favorite of the whole week, man. It really is.
It's an absolute. Bryce, this one's for you.
Trubisky or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, because he's done. He's done for. You're gonna hear from him again.
Done. I saw people saying like they feel bad for him. I'm like, what do you feel bad for? That man's going to be collecting a paycheck for holding a clipboard. I don't feel bad.
And only that, he'll always have a job
because or whatever the hell his name is.
He's going to be a backup quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Chad Henney's still a backup quarterback in this
yes.
Trubisky's got a great future.
Trubisky or whatever the hell his name is.
All right, EJ, tell them where they can follow you and everything that you got going on.
EJ Christian 7 on Twitter, Ernst Podcast, all podcast catchers. Of course, also, we love wrestling. Take the wrestling podcast as well, too. Every Friday we drop that. Other than that, guys, again, another fun week. My favorite hour and a half of the fucking week. I love it.
All right. Mike says, great show. He said he enjoys. He can't wait to listen back to it on his Thursday drive. Matt, what do you got?
Yep, you can follow me at 3CT Affiliate on Twitter. That's 3CT, the letter A. Philly is in Philadelphia. And then the number 8. You can hear me on Thursdays on the 3 Count Thursday podcast or the 3CT podcast on Tuesdays. Not this week. I will be off exploring the wilderness, camping this weekend.
Really?
Wish me luck.
Nice.
But go Phillies, go Eagles, go Irish.
There we go. All right, you can follow me at Big Jim Sports on Twitter. You can follow the show at Huddle Up Podcast on Facebook and on Twitter as well. Make sure you head over to the merchandise store over at tpublic.com. Tons of new designs over there. I think we're up to 34 different ones now, so you can find anything that you're looking for: mugs, masks, shirts, sweatshirts, everything. There's a ton of variety over there on the TeePublic store. You can subscribe to the show, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, all other podcast platforms. If you do subscribe on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, make sure you give us a rating. Give us 5-star. That would certainly help the show growth. You can spread the show as well by just telling somebody you enjoy it. Tell them. Be like, hey, you like sports? Listen to Huddle Up Podcast. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. If you need to find the links, go to our Facebook or Twitter page, hit the link tree there, and you can get everything Huddle Up related directly in the bio, in the link tree. Until next week. Also, I do want to, Mike was in the comments throughout the show. If you missed it, we did put out an NHL preview show with our point total over-unders, Stanley Cup predictions, and more. So check that out. That is on the podcast feed and on the YouTube channel as well. So you can check that out. Get ready for hockey season coming up here in about a week's time. Until next Tuesday when we are back, we are live. Stay safe, stay smart, and go for the win.